What's up, guys? It's your boy Taj Brian. Welcome back to 876 United Fox TV. Today, guys, we'll be doing a post-match reaction to the Manchester United game against Chelsea. Stay tuned. Alright, guys, welcome back to the channel. First, I must start by saying I'm disappointed with the result today because I expected United to come out aggressive and ready to get the 3 points. Because one, Leicester City lost earlier today, and now it would have been a little cushion for us in the second spot. As well as we wanted to stay in the range for possibly if City loses form and for some reason they drop 9 points and we win 3 games back to back. We're back in striking distance as title contenders. But hope for that now for me is gone because now the gap is at 12. And for that reason I'm very disappointed with the result today. I mean, we're still in second, but to be honest, I don't think we have progressed as a club because remember when Jose Mourinho was at the club, he came second by a mile. Manchester City comfortably won that title, and we're basically doing the same thing this season. So for that reason, it's like deja vu for me, seeing that we're in second in a similar fashion. Now, the reasons as to why I believe we saw the result today was one, we played McTominay and Fred. Now, that partnership as the CDM partnership, I believe it has its benefits and its drawbacks. Benefits in the sense that they're energetic, they are aggressive, they play for the club, and they are reliable players. So they are reliable players in the sense that when you give them instructions, they'll carry it forward. But they have setbacks, and some of their setbacks are they lack creativity, and sometimes their wisdom for the game is lacking in certain scenarios. Prime example today was when McTominay got a breakthrough from Reece James's free kick that was later on in the game, second half, when he did a brilliant run which Fred found him, then it lacked the final recipe to that so-called meal, so to speak. What I'm saying is they lack creativity, they lack wisdom of the game, and it costs us points at times. At times when you play against the mid-table teams, the bottom teams, I am comfortable with McTominay and Fred at the base of our midfield. But in the case where we're playing at Chelsea and a Liverpool, for example, or even a Manchester City, I believe that we should try and stray away from playing those two midfielders because in truth and in fact, I think we only need one of them because, as I said, they're both energetic midfielders and they can run from box to box. But you're going to need someone with the vision, the creativity, the guile, and the wisdom of the game. Paul Pogba would be one of the persons who can complement either one of them in the midfield pivot, or even a Donny van de Beek, for example. But for the most part, both of them together, it is a deficiency towards a team. Now, another thing I want to also speak about is the centre-back partnership. Now, this is a point that is from the McTominay and Fred. Now, what I'm saying here is that we play McTominay and Fred also to protect our incompetent centre-backs. And that's also another deficiency to our game. It also cost us a few things to our game. It cost us creativity, and it cost us the the freedom to move forward. So now, when we have McTominay and Fred going up and down the pitch without creativity, so what I'm saying is they may provide extra coverage on the defensive third, but going forward, we are deficient in that area. So that's why I'm saying the centre back partnerships as well that we have Lindelof and Maguire. It also added to how we played today, and they made a few mistakes today, but they weren't punished for it today. And I must say, Chelsea, they didn't really pressure them as much, but they were the aggressors today. I'll get into that later on in the video. Okay, so so the next thing I wanted to talk about was that Manchester United, they are too passive against the top 6 teams, and today's game was also a prime example of that, because when you look at the game, I didn't see in the way that we played that we were going towards the victory. We were trying to create more opportunities to score. I didn't see that today. It was more side passing across the pitch. There were no defense splitting passes. I mean, Bruno tried that every now and then, but for the most part of the game, we didn't create much chances, and it's because we're too passive, and it was difficult for us as well. Chelsea made it difficult for us as well to make those defense splitting passes. Chelsea was compact today, and when they had the ball in possession, they did well against us. But for the most part, we're too passive. Now, this point leads me into Chelsea were the aggressors today. Despite Chelsea not scoring today or creating much opportunity, they also played safe passes, but for the most part, they were more dangerous than us in the offensive third, because earlier on in the match, Hudson-Odoi put in a brilliant cross, which was poorly dealt with again by Harry Maguire and Lindelof, but Giroud had managed not to get anything on the ball, which was a blessing to our defense today. But for the most part, the better chances were created by Chelsea, and by the grace of God, we didn't manage to concede. Now, I just want to speak about a few players now that I think would have contributed to the game for United in a better way than the players that we substituted today. So, first and foremost, I believe that Donny van de Beek should have made another appearance today, because Fred was on a yellow card today. I believe Fred should have been withdrawn from the game, and Donny should have been brought on to bring a little more guile to the game, a little more fluidity to the game, because Donny van de Beek is a very good passer in my opinion. I don't think he's a number 10. I think he's a box-to-box number 8 kind of player. And I think that what he should have done was to take off Fred and to put on Van de Beek, or even Van de Beek. Even McTominay could have gotten a rest today, because he was injured for 3 weeks or so. So I think that he should have taken off one of those base midfield players, adding in a Donny van de Beek to add a little more fluidity, a little more creativity in the midfield, because as I said earlier, we lacked that defense splitting pass, that decisive pass to prove the game. And as well, Donny van de Beek needs more minutes under his belt in order to fit into whatever system Ole is trying to set at Manchester United. It's also what is causing him to have difficulty when he's playing the few minutes that he's getting, the few games that he's getting. Especially now that Pogba is injured for, I believe, 6 more weeks or so. Give Donny some time to get game time, because since Pogba cannot be there to play in the base of the midfield with a McTominay or a Fred, we need a Van de Beek who he's a different kind of midfielder to a Pogba, but he offers something different from McTominay and Fred. Now, another player I wanted to speak about, or I believe should have played today, is Eric Bailly. Now, I have spoken about our centre-back partnerships on several occasions, but I believe that today, a game like this would be a suited game for Eric Bailly. And in saying so, I believe this because he offers pace in our defense. He offers us the chance to play a higher line when we're defending. He has recovery pace that is beneficial. It takes away our deficiency in defense because his pace when playing against quick attackers can help the defense to adjust and to get back in time. And also, what Eric Bailly offers, he's a no-nonsense defender. He doesn't allow crosses to come in his box, and he's aggressive when he's tackling the attackers. So I believe the game lacked Eric Bailly's touch to the game today. I believe he could have offered more things today, and I believe if Eric Bailly played today, we would have even had a better chance to get the 3 points today. Now, another thing I want to talk about is that we can say the title race is over for Manchester United. Now it's just time to focus on staying in the top 4, preferably staying in second spot, because we can say that is a more progressive place to finish in the league than previous years. So at this point, I don't think we can win the league with about at least 9 or 10 games remaining in the season. With the schedule that we have, it's a more rigorous schedule than that of Manchester City. I'm talking in the league. So Manchester City has gotten over the more difficult teams in the league now. They're playing like middle table teams, bottom half teams, but we have the Manchester Derby, soon get to that. I believe at this point now, we should focus on the cup games. The FA Cup, focus on trying to win a title, because probably if we win a title, it will get the guys more hungry. Or even the Europa League, which we've won 3 years ago. But I believe now the priority should be winning a trophy. I know the Premier League is more so out of our sights at this point in time, but now it's time to focus on the FA Cup and the Europa League. Try and win something. Give us some encouragement by winning a league, and I think Ole should make that a priority as well. Now, I think now what we should do, put our focus to the derby now. Try and, if I see a similar approach to the game as what I saw today, I think Manchester City will beat us, because they lack that quality. They have that quality, my apologies, that if it's a neck and neck game, they have the ability to get the better out of us. So when the derby comes, I believe Manchester United should play to win. But if we lose, that's how it is. Oh, and that is why I'm also disappointed of the result today. I'm disappointed because we could have made it 3 points ahead of Leicester City. And in the case that we lose the derby, Leicester City has the opportunity to go higher than us in the table, which that is also what's making me fear today's results. Now, my final point which I want to cover is that Ole, when he plays the top 6 teams, he pays too much respect. He gives too much homage to those teams. And to prove that, we played Liverpool in the league, we drew. We played Tottenham earlier on in the season, they gave us 6-1. We played Man City earlier on in the season, we drew the game. Now, I'm disappointed with how we're approaching these top 6 teams. The thing is, I would expect us to be getting the crucial points against the middle table teams and the bottom table teams. But at the same time, we're dropping points against those teams as well as we're not maximizing um, our games against the top 6 teams. Just want to highlight when we played Liverpool. Let us remember Liverpool, they have a defensive deficiency this season. And Manchester United was so afraid of Liverpool's style of play that they went and drew the match. Now, I told my colleague Demario, apologies for his absence, he has a family matter, that, look, in games like this against Liverpool, who has no outright defenders playing in centre-back position, I think we should take advantage of that and try and get a 3 points from a Liverpool. But we still didn't do that. So I think we show these top 6 teams too much respect and play to draw the games. So guys, like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you again in our next game. Like, share and subscribe to 876 United Fox TV. I'm out, guys.